You will never believe what has happened. Robert Martin has asked for my hand.
Well, that is a surprise.
He writes as though he loves me very much. Is it not a good letter?
Yes, a good letter. So good, I think one of his sisters must have helped him write it.
Oh, Miss Woodhouse, what should I do?
You must answer the letter, of course.
Yes, but what shall I say?
I'm afraid the words must be your own, Harriet.
You think I ought to refuse him?
I lay it down as a general rule, my dear, that if a woman doubts as to whether she should accept a man or not, she certainly ought to refuse him.
Miss Woodhouse, I have quite determined and really almost made up my mind to refuse Mr. Martin. You are doing just what you ought.
I have reason to think that Miss Smith will soon have an offer of marriage from Robert Martin. He is in love with her.
Mr. Martin is very obliging, but Harriet does not mean to marry him. He was refused.
Miss Smith refused Robert Martin?
I saw her answer. Nothing could be clearer.
You saw her answer? You mean you wrote her answer? Emma, this is your doing. You persuaded her. Whether by charm or your little enchantments.
And if I did, I should not think it wrong. Mr. Martin is respectable, certainly, but I cannot consider him Harriet's equal.
Not her equal? No. He is not her equal. He is greater in sense and in station.
There is no doubt her father is a gentleman, perhaps even a sorcerer, a man of fortune. Nothing has been denied her, in comfort or education.
Let her marry Robert Martin and she is safe. But teach her to expect more, and she may remain at Mrs. Goddard's school for the rest of her life.
We think very differently on this, Mr. Knightley.
As you make no secret of your love of potions and matchmaking, I shall tell you that if Mr. Elton is the man of your plans, it shall be all labour in vain. He knows that he is a great favourite wherever he goes. And I am convinced that he does not mean to throw himself away.
If I wish Mr. Elton to marry Miss Smith, I shall make it happen. But at present, I only wish to keep Harriet for myself. I do so wonder, Miss Woodhouse,
That you are not married.
I have none of the incentives of marriage. Fortune I do not want, employment I do not want, consequence I do not want.
Do you know Miss Bates' niece? Jane Fairfax.
Oh yes, we are always required to be acquainted whenever she descends upon Highbury. One grows quite tired of the name. Jane Fairfax. Every letter is read aloud, 4, 5, 10 times over. And if she so much as knits a pair of garters or masters the simplest potion, one hears of nothing else for a month.
The next person who mentions Jane Fairfax, I may very well turn them into a frog. You must go. Tomorrow. Tea? Yes, Miss Woodhouse.
Mr. Knightley!
Emma, are you harmed?
Harmed? Why on earth would I be harmed? It is no more than a vexing little orc.
Come, my dear Emma, let us be friends again. Let us put the business of Robert Martin behind us.
Indeed. As far as good intentions go, we were both in the right. Though I cannot say I have yet been proven wrong. Tell me, was Mr. Martin very much disappointed?
A man could not be more so.
Did I mention I encountered a brief acquaintance today?
While in London,
And who might that be?
Jane Fairfax.
How lovely. The next person who mentions Jane Fairfax, I may very well turn them into a frog.
Tempting. Truly tempting. Do you think this is over? Hardly. One should subscribe and follow my story. It's impossible to say what sort of meddling I might get up to next.